Hello everyone, my name is the Phawx. This is the GPD Win 2, What We Know So Far, Part 2 video. This is a continuation of my previous video that I did before. The things that I want to make clear is that I'm going to be very explicit with what has been confirmed and what is speculation in this video. The previous video, a lot of people were not sure what was speculation or confirmation, and I'll be sure to address that in this video. Additionally, one thing that I'd like to make clear is that the GPD Win 2 is most likely not going to come out for 12 months from today. So summer 2018 is when you should anticipate a GPD Win 2 to materialize in some physical form where people could have it. Around about, right? It might be September 2018 or it might be May 2018, but give or take a few months. Having said that, Wade over on the Dingunity forums has provided us some new information, which we can see right here in his teaser image that he provided to us. Looks like this is the type of phone and camera he's using. Took a nice image. In any event, a lot of the stuff that's being shown here is what I had commented on yesterday, but now we're actually having a physical mock-up of it being displayed. There is no guts to this. This is just a model. Wade has already confirmed that this is not a working model. It's just for demonstration purposes. We can see the keyboard here, and you can see what looks to be here like the Xbox button. So a few key changes look to be made, where this might still be here. I can't quite see them, but it doesn't look like the icon, this icon. It definitely looks like the Xbox symbol is there. We can also get it closer when we take a look at the no input. That looks way more like the Xbox button is there, as opposed to all the way at the edge. But I've gone ahead and framed it out just so you can see it. Here's mouse mode, and here's X input. So no longer is D input going to be an option on the GPD Win 2. I know a lot of people are upset about that, and I don't know if it's actually going to make it back. A lot of times GPD kind of makes decisions, and regardless of people giving input, even though the thing isn't even made yet, it doesn't seem like sometimes any of that input or feedback makes it into the changes. It seems like a lot of times once they get the ball rolling, they just keep it going. Another interesting bit is this little GPD logo. Before it was embossed and they had stickers for all of them. It looks like they just replaced that with one. Additionally, where do we have it here? Do I have analog? Aha. Again, one of the things that I showed you in the previous video was analog sticks are on the outside, and indeed in this mockup, analog sticks are on the outside. This shouldn't come as a surprise to you because I had said in my previous video that that would be the case. This was one of the mockups I made before, with the red being the heatsink. This is where the M22242, which I was speculating at the time, but now has been confirmed, which would lead to a very large blue battery. Well, it's not going to be blue, but in the blue area is where the battery cavity could exist. So potentially the GPD Win 2 is going to have a very large battery. Here's what it could potentially look like as just a mock-up that I had made. Obviously, you're going to switch the Xbox button over here. But with this image that we have, there is some interesting information. Number one, if we take a look at the screen, you can see this big chunky border right here. And it doesn't exist over here, so it looks like just the border is on the bottom side. And the screen is popping out a little and it's going all the way to the edge. Now, what type of screen could fit into a 16 centimeter chassis? Now remember, it has been confirmed by Wade that the GPD Win 2 is 5 millimeters larger. So it went from 15.5 centimeters to 16 centimeters. So very, very small, not a whole bunch, but it did grow a little bit. And what that allows us to do, if we take a look at that, this is basically speculation right now. On this right side is someone had made this modification over here. On the back side, right over here, you can't see it, that goes behind the GPD's display, is a circuit board, and then goes to an HDMI port of the GPD Win so that he could drive this. So if we look at this 7-inch screen, this is a 7-inch screen here. It's not too large. It actually almost fits within the original GPD Win 1. And if we take a look at here, just this border, which I made this border right here, this whole bit right here would fit inside of a 16 centimeter wide GPD Win 2 if it was a 7-inch edge-to-edge screen. So right here again, right here along this gray border that we have right here that I've made very quickly, but this is measured out, right? So this is correct. This is 16 centimeters, this part right here. I had measured it out. And what's funny is if you give yourself a border and you measure from the tip of this diagonal part and this part and go to 7 inches, it fits right inside of 16 centimeters with some change left over, but you'd have this border that's on the bottom. And for sure, that's what we see here. So I am willing to bet that GPD Win 2 has a 7-inch edge-to-edge display on the device itself, which is huge news. And hopefully it's not 1080p. Hopefully it remains being 720p, because even at 7Y30, even if we get Core M3 7Y30, running at 720p is hard for a lot of things. You have to lower the resolution a lot. But this, again, this is real. This is not fake. This is not a mock-up. Someone had bought this 7-inch LCD, bought the PCB on the back of it, and hooked it up to HDMI, and it is working. This is the GPD Win is driving this. So it already exists, and it almost fits in here. And I think that once GPD saw this, like if you look, this is how it slips on, right? So it's not outside of the question that a 7-inch LCD is actually going to be on the GPD Win 2. So let's go ahead and go what we have confirmed so far. There is no D input. That's been removed. Analog sticks are on the outside. M2 has been confirmed, and we're all speculating that it's 2242, which is, it's a reasonable guess. It could be a little bit smaller. It's definitely not 2280. No way it's going to be 2280. It just take up too much space, and it would basically eat into where the battery can go into. So it wouldn't make much sense. There is a proper heatsink, because again, from the last video that I did, you can see the exhaust right here. So now we have direct air coming in and exhausting. So we're taking the heat directly off of where it's supposed to be. And a centered keyboard, which we have seen here. So that's pretty huge. Outside of that, the speculation of this video is we're looking at around a summer 2018 release. I am betting that there is close to a 7-inch screen, if not 7-inch. I'm willing to wager that it's 7 inches. Based on how this teaser looks, measuring it all out, and that gray border that's right here, I really feel like it's just going to be a 7-inch edge-to-edge screen. The Core M3 7Y30 was confirmed in a previous Japanese blog, but the potential timing could suggest that if Intel could pump out 10 nanometer, which they have already gone on record saying that if it's going to come out at the end of 2017, it would be only for their ultra low voltage stuff, which would fall into the M3, Core M3, we would be looking at the 8Y30. So you're looking at maybe like a 10% IPC gain, but more importantly, we might gain more execution units for the GPU, which would be a huge benefit to us, still in that 7 watt, 4.5 watt zone. So that is it. That is the video. I am optimistic that we'll be able to get a 7-inch screen on the GPD Win 2. Once we get more information, I'll be sure to make a part 3 to this video, but right now I'm pretty stoked for it. It's coming along. That's it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you want me to ask, if you want me to ask anything. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a good one.